How's everybody today? My name is Mary Kay, and that is really my name. I'm not here to sell you any makeup, but I am here to talk to you about a wonderful organization and a program that they've created. How many of you, just a quick show of hands, are familiar with Sandy Hook Elementary and what happened there 3 years ago? Are you guys familiar with that tragedy? Sandy Hook Elementary School is where my kids have all gone to school or are still currently going to school. We live in Sandy Hook, and we were very lucky that my kids all are still here. And I say lucky because that's all it is. A tragedy like this can happen anywhere at any time. Sandy Hook Promise came out of that tragedy by a group of parents, some of them who lost children, who wanted to make sure that this didn't happen again. Because of this, Sandy Hook Promise was formed, and this program is one of two programs that they've created, and that is called Start With Hello. Today we're going to talk about this community, how this program is going to help create a stronger community. A closer, more inclusive community. That's where everybody feels connected. I know this slide says to raise your hand. I don't want you to raise your hand right now. But if you've ever felt like you've been isolated or shut off, can you go ahead and raise your hand now? Just if you have, don't raise your hand, I'm sorry. Just think about it for a minute if you've ever felt that way, isolated or shut off. I can tell you myself, when I was in high school, I did feel this way once. I was a tomboy. I wore my brother's clothes to school. I had big glasses. I kind of see that those are coming back in style now. And I didn't feel like I fit in with the popular group or the cheerleaders or even the band. I didn't play an instrument. But luckily for me, I did have a couple close friends that I was connected to. But this could really happen to anybody. In fact, millions of kids all around the US feel isolated or alone every day. Those kids can become targets for bullying, acts of violence, even depression, which can then lead to them pulling away from society even more, or not doing well in school because maybe they're not coming to school every day. It could lead to developmental, physically, mental issues, or them hurting themselves or others. So this is a big deal. We need you to create this connectiveness. Now let's think about that word connectiveness. It's not only hard to say, but when I think about it, I think about batteries. On its own, a battery doesn't do anything. But once you plug that battery into something, it either spins or talks or lights up. It does what it's supposed to do. That's what I think about when I think about connectiveness. It's 3 steps, this program I'm here. Start With Hello to talk to you about. 3 steps. Step 1 is to see someone who's isolated. And I don't mean to just see them with your eyes. I mean to recognize that they're isolated. You all are walking down the halls every day and you see so much around you. But you just need to pause a minute and recognize a person who may be isolated day after day. Step 2 is to reach out and connect. This is where you all are going to become the batteries. You get to reach out and connect to those people who may be feeling isolated. Step 3 is just start with hello. It's as easy as it can be. So step 1, like I said, we're seeing or recognizing those people that are isolated. There are some signs and signals. Nobody needs a PhD to do this. It's just to be kind of on the lookout for someone who may be pulling away from a group, or they spend more time alone than others. They could be uncomfortable in a group. They don't know how to act, or they're just removed. Sometimes they're even purposely left out. Now, this doesn't mean that it's not okay to be alone once in a while. We all have days where we feel like being alone. You know, maybe your buddy got a bad grade on a test and they're like, not today, I need to be alone. That's fine. What we're talking about here is when it goes on day after day, week after week. Those are the people that you need to be recognizing and checking in with. Now, where can social isolation be found? Really anywhere. If you look at this slide, it gives you some ideas of places, but it really can be anywhere, and it can even happen outside of school. Someone feeling isolated, it could be on the bus or in the lunchroom. It could be at the skating rink after school or at the mall, even on a sports team. When someone feels isolated, it could even be if they're with a group. If you just looked at this slide for a minute, you can see at least 3 girls in that picture. Well, they're all in the same group, they're all at the same school, they all look the same age, yet one of those girls is definitely feeling left out or isolated. Number 2, reach out and connect. Again, you all, my batteries, this step may be the hardest one for you because it may require some action. You're seeing someone, you're recognizing someone, now you're going to reach out and connect. That may be tough for some. The great thing is the people at Sandy Hook Promise have developed a list of tips and tools to give you ideas and help you do that. Why would you want to reach out? What happens if you look funny or you think the person might think you're weird for reaching out? Or it might create an awkward situation. What if someone thinks you're strange just for trying to reach out? There's a lot of reasons, and I'm sure you all, being high schoolers, can think of other reasons too. I'm just going to give you a quick minute to talk to your neighbor and see if you can come up with some other reasons as to why it would make it hard for you to reach out to somebody. You can do that now just for about 5 seconds. So just to bring you back real quick, can anybody want to raise their hand and let me know what something you talked about with your neighbor as a reason why it would be hard to connect? Does anybody want to raise their hand? Yes, I'm sorry, what's your name?
Alex.
Alex, hi. What reason did you guys come up with?
We're shy.
You're shy, okay. So that could be a reason. They may not be feeling isolated, but they're shy. Maybe it would make it hard. Yep, that could absolutely be a reason. Anybody else? Yes, what's your name?
My name's Annie.
Hi, Annie.
I don't think my friends would like it, because they might be mad at me if I do it.
So what Annie said is maybe your friends may not like the idea of you reaching out to somebody. That could also be a reason why. I'll tell you what I would do in that case. Invite one of your friends to join you in reaching out to somebody. Maybe your group that you eat lunch with could all be welcoming to someone who often eats alone. So here are some of these tips, and this is good news. There are activities that you as an individual can do or with your friends and your school can do as well to help reach out and connect. What can you do on your own? Sometimes it's as easy as just sitting next to somebody. That girl on the back of the bus that puts her backpack on the seat so nobody can sit next to her, ask her, is this seat available? And sit down. Reach out on social media. You know, social media is a tough place. I honestly think it's the least social place out there, but maybe someone's on Instagram and nobody's liking their pictures or nobody's leaving nice comments on their Facebook page. There's a lot of ways you can reach out on social media. Send somebody a friend request. Invite someone to join you at lunch. Give a simple gesture, just a wave or a smile can really make someone know that you're recognizing them, that you're seeing them. And leave a handwritten note. I love the handwritten note part. Now, of course, when I was in high school, we didn't do this. We slipped notes across the aisle to our friends, and that's how we communicated. What I love now is recently I was at the movies and I went to the bathroom during the movie and someone had left a Post-it note on the mirror that said, "You are beautiful." I don't think it was left there just for me, but boy, did that make me feel good. Everybody who walked in that bathroom felt good seeing that note that someone left. So a handwritten note is really important. What can your school do? There's a lot of things your school can do. In fact, your principal is on board with this. Your administrative staff is ready to help you all do this Start with Hello program. Different ideas could be a no one eats alone day. Now this isn't a new idea, but now with this background information that we've talked about today, you have a better idea of how this could go. Just sit with someone who normally eats alone or invite them to join you. A hey day is fun. Everybody wears a name tag. Now there may be somebody that you see every day and you don't know their name. You could think, I'd like to say hi to that guy over there in the jean jacket, but I don't know his name. So on Hey Day, everybody wears a name tag. And as you're walking down the halls and into class, you're like, hey Joe, hey Molly, hey Sue, and everybody's calling out names, and it's a lot of fun. A reach out scavenger hunt. This could be done a lot of different ways. But you're basically gathering information about your peers, and you may find someone who has a similar interest that you never would have known about. Another idea of what your school can do, and again, these are just ideas. You can probably come up with some of your own. A get to know me day, where you bring something to school that's important to you. It could be a team jersey of your favorite team. It could be a picture of your dog. And you kind of walk around and look at what your friends have. You might see 3 other friends wearing the same t-shirt that you have on with your favorite team, and it's a good way to just connect. And then a mixed grade social. I love this one because now after high school, one of my best friends is someone who was a grade below me. During high school, I really didn't talk to her that much. It took graduating to connect us. But this way, if you mix up the grades a little, you might just find your new best friend. And number 3 of this is start with hello, and I'm actually going to be turning over to my colleague Mike. And